Hi everyone, I'm Nick,
I'm Tavish.
and we're going to be presenting our final project. So just to go over the design again, you guys have already seen this architecture, but we're just going to run through it once more for a refresher. So our project consists of 3 software modules and a hardware module. For the software modules, the first would be the Android application. This application is supposed to mimic a virtual bookstore that would allow the user to select what text data he wants to be displayed on his e-reader. The next module would be the Bluetooth communication. So this consists of a Bluetooth client and a Bluetooth server. Um, for this application, whenever the user selects data, the Android application sends that data to our Bluetooth client, which then sends data through Bluetooth to the Arduino. And then the Arduino module handles the solenoid logic, which determines which solenoids need to be activated or deactivated to display the proper letter.
Next, for the hardware, we have 4 main components. The first being the microcontroller. Here's where we do our main logic, our solenoid logic, and where we receive the information from our Bluetooth module. The Arduino will receive their Bluetooth module and output on their digital pins. A problem we faced with the digital pins was that the maximum output of an Arduino digital pin is too low to power any solenoids. So we had to use a NPN 2NNN transistor to overcome this situation. The transistor is connected to a 5-volt power supply, and the Arduino acts as the base current, and the emitter and the collector are connected to the solenoids. So when the Arduino allows the base current to pass, the switch is turned on and the 5-volt power supply flows through the solenoids. Next, we have our button. Since we only have one letter available, we needed a way to traverse through multiple letters, and a button does this functionality. When we press the button once, button the the user input provides a button, and the solenoids will traverse through a specific letter each time a button is pressed. Next, we have a closer look at our solenoids and our transistors and buttons. On the left, we have our transistor and button. On the center, we have the position of each braille dot that we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being each specific braille dot. And this comprises of 6 total braille dots that make up one letter. The design of our circuit is fairly simple. This is only half our circuit design. Please keep in mind that these 3 loops just have to be repeated another 3 times to complete our circuit. The Arduino provides our base current to our NPN transistor, which is connected to our 5-volt power supply and our solenoid. So when the base current is flowing through the NPN transistor, the current and emitter will turn on and the solenoid will be toggled on.
So for our Android application, this consisted of the user interface, the actual application, as well as the Bluetooth connection from the Android application to the Arduino. For the user interface, you can see that it's fairly simple. The application automatically will search for the Arduino and try and create a Bluetooth connection. We do have error handling if the connection cannot be made, but you can see the code for creating the connection in the top right of the screen. And then once this connection is made, if the user selects the send text data button, it will send data from the Android application to the Arduino. You can see the code for this in the bottom right. In this example, the word to is being sent, but in theory, any letter, word, phrase, or sentence can be sent through this Bluetooth connection.
So next we have our solenoid logic. The code you're seeing on your left is the same code we use for our demonstration. Our demonstration displays the letters try, T-R-Y, and what's happening in this code is the while loop that says while digital read 10 equals high determines when the button is pressed. So when a user provides a button press, the while loop is taken, and the if blocks decide which like how many times the button is pressed, depending on how many times the button is pressed, it'll go into a specific if block. So if the user presses the button just once, it'll go into the T if block and display the letter T by turning on the solenoids positioned 1 and 6. Similarly, if the user inputs a button twice, it'll display the R. And lastly, the third time, it'll display Y. And finally, it'll keep looping through the same word for our demonstration. Here's another example we were able to display. This is the letter W. Notice that the positions of the solenoids 1 and 5 are activated and the rest are deactivated. This displays the letter W.
So now we're going to show you our demonstration.